I hadn't checked into Gwent for a while, but I did just last week, and I kept seeing a word come up, homecoming. Let's see, what is homecoming? Google. Not quite. What? Is this a new card or something? Okay, let's try to refine our search, I guess. Gwent homecoming. Ah, this is more like it. Going through and reading the homecoming posts made me so happy. They specifically state that they are addressing at least 3 of the major issues that players had expressed concerns about, including a refocus on skill and player agency, fixing the coin mechanic, and upgrading the board. So given my excitement for and their expressed dedication to the future of Gwent, my decision became very easy. I'm back in. Everything I read in the homecoming announcement was exactly what I wanted to see for Gwent, so my path became clear. Requalify for Pro Ladder, which means we need to reach Grandmaster and Ranked. So after playing on the Ranked ladder for a few days, I garnered enough experience with the new cards I hadn't played with or against and the overall metagame. With those things in mind, I built a Dagon nonlinear combo deck using IMLERITH. I'm going to go over a few principles for the deck, why I chose this configuration, and then show you guys some gameplay so you guys can see it in action. Let me run through 3 basic principles for combo decks. You have your combo pieces, card and effect synergies, and finally matchup knowledge. What you're trying to do is combine your combo pieces in order to achieve your synergies and apply them to a known metagame. That last bit is important. You can't effectively play a combo deck unless you're familiar with the meta and can build your deck accordingly. What I did here was target an opening in the meta. So let me go over the deck configuration that I decided to run based on the principles that I talked about, so I'll go through fairly quickly so this doesn't take too long. WHISPESS, of course, is amazing because she'll find every single spell piece of the combo, so she's an auto-include. IMLERITH is the basis of the deck, of course. This effect, every turn duel the highest enemy on turn end. If this unit survives, heal it by 2 and give it 2 armor with 2 armor. Out of a 10, I would say this is a 10 out of 10 power level card. This is activated every turn automatically, but there aren't activated abilities yet in this game. But I feel like looking at this card, that's what the developers are doing with IMLERITH, is they're pushing the power level and testing very powerful effects on legendary cards. A Royal Decree is another card that's pretty much a staple in combo decks since it'll be able to find your golds, which is very important. And also there's a bit of synergy because it'll boost IMLERITH by 2 as well, so it'll help it fight better. And for a long time I wasn't playing Renew, and I replaced it and it ended up working really well. So for the silvers, of course you're playing the spell organics so that WHISPESS can find them and they're synergistic with the combo. Monster Nest a little bit with a secondary combo that I'll cover in a minute. I am playing a Death Wish package for the bronzes, so I'm gonna play this guy, of course. He's very good. More of what I put in, this is a metagame call. I ended up playing against a few consume decks that were running Morwood themselves, and I didn't play a way to unlock the IMLERITH, so I put this in. And Iris's Companions is amazing in this deck. The bronze package, I decided to go with the Death Witch package for 2 reasons. I think maintaining the points in a round is pretty good, and there's some synergies here. Like Cyclops, you can throw one of your units at their big one to open up a spot to play IMLERITH, so there's synergy there. Also synergy with the Death Wishes, of course. Griffin is similar in that way. You can activate an Arc Spore Death Wish to deal 4 damage if you need to. Barbagazi, this is part of the secondary combo that I was explaining. Sometimes you're gonna get interrupted on your IMLERITH combo, and what you want to do then is set up a lot of carryover for the last round, so that's kind of like a plan B. So because you're playing WHISPESS with Renew, you can use it for a combo piece or then set up Monster Nest, spawning a Barbagazi. You have 2 Barbagazis base and you have an Adrenaline Rush. This bronze slot, the 2 COCKATRICE, this is not set in stone at all. This was because I started playing consume decks and hand buff decks, so I wanted to add a utility bronze in the deck. if I'm being honest, they weren't that great really. And then of course, to round out, you play the one Foglet every time because of Dagon, and then Adrenaline Rush is pretty cool. That's part of a combo with IMLERITH or Plan B that I mentioned. And Maredrum, a half of a Mandrake is good enough in this deck for sure. So I have two games to show you at opposite ends of the spectrum. The first is a very short game displaying the raw power level of the deck. The second is a longer engagement where the combo is stifled and we have to win by other means.
Wildest, wettest dreams!
Herald. So this should be Axemen. Don't have any combo pieces yet. Of course, get rid of Foglet. I mean, I probably don't need 2 Dell or 2 Cyclops here, and I want more mulligans anyway. That's very good. One more, and I'm definitely going to take it. It just looks like a Dal here for sure. Okay, well, we have everything now. This is a great hand. Oh, open pass. Alright, buddy. So I need to play either Cockatrice or Dal. I guess I play the Dal. He is playing Axeman. Maybe something weird will happen. Okay, let's see what we draw. Alright, Mandrake's good. I don't think I'll need 2 Cockatrice here. A mulligan risks drawing WHISPESS, but it's no big deal really. So no real good proactive plays. But we're going to play out this round. I'm going to try to combo him because I don't think he can interact with me very well. So we'll go long. Meaning I will play Fog at some point so I can Royal Decree for WHISPESS. And play Monster Nest on the Foglet. I think this play is really good. I think this is likely the best proactive play I could make here based on my hand. Okay. Well, we're gonna Barbagazi WHISPESS here because we have Renew in our hand already. So I'm looking for a spot to combo him. This is perfect.
The gods won't be pleased.
So this is a clean IMLERITH, giving me 4 armor.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Nice. So he discarded a Harpooner. I mean, his most likely way to interact is to play Harpooner to the front row, so that I take weather damage. And then he can try to set up his leader to deal 10 damage to the IMLERITH, but if that's the play, then we have Mandrake immediately to counteract it.
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood.
Yep. This was the expected line, and there's nothing else here that is even close to as good as Mandrake. So with that setup, this is kind of game right here. Yeah, he resigns. That's just mate. He has no way to interact there, and that's kind of the point of playing a very powerful combo deck.
Close ranks.
Oh, Faultist. Okay. This matchup will play out a lot differently because they actually do have a lot of ways to interact with IMLERITH. Well, hand looks okay.
Bloody non-humans.
Winning the coin flip. Okay, so I want to set up a long round. Let's start with Fog, because he'll be able to interact with IMLERITH very often.
We're broke as shit peddlers.
He plays it into the Fog row. That's interesting. So we're gonna pressure. We're gonna pressure the long round, getting as many points as I can out of the arc spores and the fogs.
Crush those vermin!
Okay. So I could play the second arc spore here, or I can set a little bit of a trap. I want to set this trap because if he's not paying very close attention to the game, he might want to pass there, not realizing that the arc spore is going to proc at the beginning of my turn and not the end. So I give him a tie for like a fake pass here.
You stand before royal majesty.
Okay, he didn't fall for it. Good. Alright, so he's not taking fog damage this turn. I basically have the option of doing this with Griffin to get the points back, or playing the second arc spore there to give him a pass, but I'm thinking I want to pressure him actually. Since we won the coin flip, we want to put as much pressure on him as we can. Okay, so he doesn't take fog damage again. Again, I have the same choice, either pressure him with second arc spore so that he may pass, or catch up on points. I think we're gonna catch up on points, which means Cyclops throwing Dow. That's 19-3. Yeah, it's enough. Question is what to hit. I hit the 3. I could see hitting the 6 power soldier in case he played another blue stripe somehow, so that I wouldn't get buffed. That would get me 1 more point. So maybe that was a little bit better there. Again, he's in a really tough spot here since we won the coin flip and we have all these damage over time effects that are getting us points over a long round. So this is a very comfortable spot for me and very difficult for him. Okay, so he at least takes 1 point off of fog, so this is a good spot for the second arc spore for sure. Okay. Playing towers kind of indicates to us he's not playing stuff like Scorch, some like weird build. So that's good to know. And we're going to keep playing, obviously, and I think Morvood, there's also, if he's not playing like some weird Scorch villain deck or whatever, then I don't really see a reason to keep Morvood.
Your will be done, sire.
Okay, there's finally one interactive card that could kill the IMLERITH. And he's down to 3 cards. So I think this is a pretty good spot to play him. Because at this point, even if he kills it, we've pressured him enough that the points are close enough.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Now, how did that incantation go?
Okay, there's a second interaction. Okay, so since points are so close, I want to play, so I play the companions here for sure, and what I'm going to do is, I want access to WHISPESS, so in that case,
we are friends of the family.
We're going to get the Royal Decree. That way if I discard, well, I got the best discard, but if I discard Decree, I still have a chance to draw the WHISPESS. And if I discard Renew, that's fine as well, because we have the play for this round. So, Decree, WHISPESS, Monster Nest for Barbegazi. Barbegazi is buffed by 1, so that's 7. So what I need to do is place it in the back row and consume the Arc Spore for the most points, and that lets us avoid Igni on the carryover. If he decided to Igni mid-row, we do not care at all. Okay, perfect. Okay, so winning on even is pretty huge. That gives us a lot of freedom now. Huh, Adrenaline Rush. That would actually be good if I didn't just have 2 6-power units. So I guess I have to get rid of it, because I'd like to set up carryover for the last round. And we're gonna play here because the power level of Northern Realm cards are so varied that we don't want him to just be able to choose the cards he has left in the last round. So I'm going to trade cards from him for some very mediocre cards from myself. Okay.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
Wow, that is amazing for us. He used Shani and the Temerian guys for a Dow from us. That's about the best we could hope for.
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
Okay, this is perfect here. We accomplished our goal. That's the only gold he's played though. And he's on 2, 3, 4, 5 silvers. Okay. So I expect him to have very likely Dijkstra, maybe Selkirk. The last gold is variable a lot of the time. Let's see what we can do. Well, that should not be very good. I think I need to mulligan. Like, I could draw the A rush and that would be terrible, but I think that's the only draw in the deck that's bad. Yeah, okay. So he's checking right graveyard. Could see it highlighted. Place tower. I actually like this play from him because he looked at the graveyard and he's thinking about that I can renew the IMLERITH, so he played a unit that I can't beat in a fight. I think that's a good play from him. I like that. What gold should I play around here? Like Selkirk. He kills anything I play and then ends up with 10 points and I get to Mandrake to 12, so I win that anyway. So I guess I can renew the WHISPESS and use Parasite to kill off the tower.
A word once given, we never break.
So we're beating almost everything except Dijkstra probably.
I feel honored.
Okay.
Truly.
So this is good. Good game here. This shows a game where the IMLERITH combo just was a non-factor and you just win the game through other means. Like the deck functions without the combo, which is a big part of the way that I'd like to build non-linear combo decks.